Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Put me again, you can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the yellow correct you. Use the youth, the money, waste my must have statue. Say me like a catch you, but they got in a figure you. Take the skin of money, girl, and say that it's not you. One day the man above him up, him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% free.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them
It
raise.
burn me.
I see corruption please.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out with each.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our fever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't.
Stibby-dim day, stibby-dim day, stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love Lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good evening, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are on a brand new TikTok channel this evening. Global TV Advanced Potential. You know, go look for me over there. Globalists tell the labor rights them say we break record. We had a live on a platform with less than 200 people. courtesy of labor rights. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, dear subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening and welcome. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, heavy security presence in Maxwell Avenue after gun battle. A heavy police and military presence on Maxwell Avenue, St. Andrew, following an exchange of gunfire between security forces and alleged gunmen this afternoon. A firearm has been recovered and 18-year-old suspect is in custody. SSP Damian Manderson, I think that is, say over 200 shots were fired. So that's the development of what's going on in Maxwell Avenue. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Ingrid Grandison, how are you, sis? Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening on a brand new TikTok page. Like and share the live, everyone. David Jervis TV, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Anybody say favor? Good evening, anyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Anybody say Madam Speaker? Beat and teach. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining. Who else? The air on the tube. Hold on, real sweet. Good evening, Miranda Ruddock, Sunshine, Marcia Thomas, Monica Wills. Good evening. Good evening. Miranda Ruddock, good evening. Paulette Lewis, Nifty Friend, good evening and welcome. Yvonne Bradford, good evening. Canadian Gal, good evening. The Easy Jerk World, good evening. Kate M. Ladybug, Jamrock 8766. Christine Gilbert, good evening. Christine, see if you can find me over TikTok, please. Because the channel now go fully open up in the For You page until about the next 3 days. So, see if you can find me over there, Global TV Advanced Potential. Good evening, Ingrid Grandison, Gifty, Sparky, Amjad Hassan. I hope I pronounce your name properly. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. The debate for the budget 2025-2026 has completed. And of course, Favor was there once more, bawling out, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker. But if you don't say Favor a road, tell Favor, say, any school share pass. Merle, good evening and welcome. Tell Favor, say, any school share pass. Sunshine, welcome. Any school should have pass. Tap off of this school and say, morning, sir. Global TV say, me fi register, fi brush up on my reading skill. Miss Williams, you have to tell the people them say, Global TV say, them send you come brush up on your reading skill. Because it's terrible. Very, very Terrible. Favor Williams. Awful reading skill. Hold on. Sorry, my peeps. Terrible reading skill. Favor. Judith, I never fully listened over there this evening. I cannot properly criticize her because I never punished myself this evening. I punished myself to Andrew and Favor Galangin. Catherine, how are you? And I never, Colin, I go give myself the heartache this evening of bearing to Favor, Rosemary. But it was in the house while I was here, going on and on and on, so I could hear on and off some of the things were going. But the truth is, I did not fully listen to her, Dorothy Gordon. So I cannot give her a full critique, but I know so one at a time I heard the ghost of Finsack. I heard the ghost. And yes, there was a technical disruption in it for quite some time. But I heard the ghost of Finsack. If Duppy did just have chant, you know, find me, type in the handle then, Christine, at GTV358 group. You'll find it easy that way. See, Beat and Teach, just come here, Beat and Teach, find me. So try typing the handle at GTV385 group. You should find it much easier like that. The ghost of Finsack. It look like Anjo tell her, say, beat them with Finsack this evening, you know, see how me hold them and shove them up against wall with Finsack for evening. Beat them with Finsack. Because Barbara, she come with the Finsack warrant too, you know. She came with the Finsack Galangin because Favor Williams said, if the PNP were to get back in power with the budget they outlined, they would it would create Finsack 2.0. Not quite sure what Favor actually. Not sure what Favor actually meant by that, to be honest with you. But boy, oh boy. It is not. Hey, me don't know. Me and Favor never got the same school. My mother never sent me to school to learn to turn dunce. You understand? So the dunceness for the minister, got school go learn to turn. And want to shove it on power. Just like we used to criticize Mr. Golden and still do sometime on his presentation and some of that jazz. Favor, your presentation flat, floor weak. I who joined the team there. Thank you, sunshine. Thank you. Flat adult, you know find me yet, Christine? Drop weak, flat adult Favor, your presentation skills. It's just horrible. But I'm going to play for you. It ought to be a response from Julian Robinson because I didn't get this piece, because as I said, I didn't pay full attention to what was going on this evening. But we'll play a clip from Julian Robinson for you to see what he was responding to and what he meant. But me not lie, me don't know what Ed Bartlett had talked about. Ed Bartlett say in a parliament in the 80s, and it's the best budget presentations or best budget debate he have ever heard. And as a labor writer, I would expect him to be including Andrew's tirade in it, Faval Mumbo Jumbo in it as well. Sorry for no. God save your heart. We're sorry for where the Jamaica Labour Party is heading to.
Question to the minister. Can you indicate which countries, if any, raised an objection to this? And did these objections take place within the ambit of the World Trade Organization, which has a process to deal with objections of this nature? And if you could indicate where within the process that objection got to and whether there was a resolution. I raise this because the removal of GCT on imported items has the potential to negatively impact the local agricultural sector. Notwithstanding what anybody wants to say, we know that developed countries subsidize their agricultural industry to an extent that we don't, very heavily. And while I assume there was some pressure brought on the government to undertake this measure, we operate, trade operates within a rules-based environment. So I want to know who raised the objection, where within the WTO process we got to, what was Jamaica's defense, whether the advice taken to remove the GCT was something done in consultation with the AG's department and other stakeholders, because we don't have a level playing field in this world, and we don't want to undertake measures which will negatively impact our local industry. I know this was introduced by your predecessor. We raised the concerns then. There really wasn't any satisfactory answer provided as to why we were being forced to take this measure. But now that we're here, I would like some answers on that particular issue.
Minister, there is also a follow-up from the member from St. Catherine South, St. Catherine Southern.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Minister, I want to add my support to the relief regarding the armored vehicles. During the deliberations of the Economy and Production Committee, where we had the Bank of Jamaica present, the strong argument was made through the governor from the operators of the ATM machines about the enormous costs involved in adequately providing ATM machines across the country. And against the background of closures of many of the banks across the country, we have many communities in rural Jamaica who have to journey, I'm told by some members of parliament, up to 30 miles.
Christine, check your WhatsApp,
to get to an ATM machine. And even in the corporate area and other urban centers, a number of machines remain inoperative for extended periods of time, making it extremely difficult for citizens to access cash to make their transactions. Quite frankly, they appeal to the government for the support, and now that there's a response positively,
welcome, Kathy, welcome,
as it relates to the cost involved in providing these machines, we expect, and the country Because when the government give these tax relief, it is the taxpayers of the country that make the sacrifice. And to the extent that the government is providing this relief, and therefore, Madam Speaker, the citizens expect that the banks will respond in a very positive way in making sure that our consumers have easier access to ATM machines against the enormous number of closures that they have implemented in recent times. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, member. The leader of the opposition, the member from St. Andrew. So you want you'll have to turn off your mic. It's gonna come next.
They done already. Them done already.
Member from St. Andrew Western.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'd like to, first of all, I support the measures on the Korea, and I want to adopt the sentiment attached by my colleague from St. Catherine South East. St. Catherine South. Madam Speaker, I want to address the situation as it regards the removal.
Done. Well, at least somebody care about our local farmers. But all in all, overall, as I said, I cannot comment much because I didn't put much of my time and effort this evening, Debbie Jervis, into being crucified once more by the minister. Therefore, I didn't spend much time. But she was going on and on and on about FinSAC. The horrible grade 5 reading from the minister still persists. This is why I'm encouraging the minister. Tap off our school. Tell them, say, Global TV, say you have to enroll because you want to brush up on your reading. Child don't go to St. James High School neither. Because we don't know what's going down there. Ministry of Health, Education rather, is not telling us what is going on at St. James High School. Whoever take over the school and not treat the school like it's theirs. We don't know what is going on down there. Something is obviously wrong though. The ministry, if they have any respect for parent and student, they would address the issue in public, tell the public what they know, or what measures they are taking to make sure the smooth running of the institution persists. The smooth running of the institution. That is what we are requesting.
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thieves them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
labor rights, talk truth. Me never know so me can get present already till the full thing unlocked. But talk truth, labor rights. Una no sister, the more no try to mash me up on TikTok, the more me grow. If you want to give me one more channel start again, a 3 channel, you give me no figure live pan no labor right. No, sir. Jesus, labor rights. No labor right. You no shame. Labor rights. This is every time you take me down on TikTok, I come back with a new platform. This one, labor rights. Under 200 followers, labor rights. And I'm live, courtesy of supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Machine! Why the head for the people them? Why? Why? Machine! She'll kill me! Why? Machine! Why?
Yeah, man. Shame a killer. But the government, a TVJR, what's it or rather, them name. The government put out some information yesterday. By the time it's saved to buy the pro. Oh yes, thank God. Our two boy die or what? We can't pronounce the name of T-U-B boy die. T-U boy die. I don't know if I pronounce it or how. But yes, the party. Favor Williams. You know, so we have to behave because we're in the labor right them at war party TikTok. But Favor, you come to Parliament this evening. Thank you for reminding me about that party. You come to Parliament this evening, Favor, and make it look like, say, we are disrespect and don't play pro box. Favor, you're wicked, you know, Favor, Esther, JP. Favor, you're wicked. To come at the dispatch box and I make it look like we are disrespect pro box, Favor. It wasn't we. You refer to it as one little pro box, Miss Williams, not us. You say one little pro box. You limit pro box. Oh, if you tell them, remind me tell them one new gripe where Vegas have him dep on TikTok today, a kin cat. If you remind me, say, if you tell them about the new gripe where Vegas have. But Minister, back to you and the pro box malarkey. You come up with it, you know? You tell us say at one little pro box or something. That means, Miss Williams, pro box in our locomotive category. What you are saying to us, Miss Williams, me know say it can buy one big fancy car. But at least one like a pro box or something. You say so, you know? That means, Favor, you are the one who are disrespecting and don't playing pro box. And then now you come today, come remind we say, a Toyota Meki. When you depend on TV, I tell Dan Jackson Miller, say, $72,000 can pay down for one like a pro box or something. You never remember say a Toyota, the big one of the biggest dealer, my manufacturer rather, in the world, make it. Why is when it get to national news of the ministers don't play in pro box and speaking down to hard-working Jamaicans on the lower end of the economic ladder? It wasn't us, Miss Williams, that was don't play in pro box. It was you. And let's remind you, before you go to road, go walk on talkie, how you hear where call up Probox name. It was the Minister of Finance that tell us you can get at least a little Probox. What that mean, Miss Williams?
Let's call it $2,000 a month. If you faithfully put away that $2,000 because it's something that you were not getting before, 3 years, you'll have a tidy sum that you could put down on a car, a little Probox that you have to drive to go to work.
A little Probox, Minister. A little Probox. Not a car that the 72,000 will afford, will allow you to pay down on. You, Minister, was the one who specified a little Probox or something. So how come you ever come to Parliament today and go on like say, are we out a road here on internet? A disrespect Probox? You never know say Probox big. When you come out, come tell we say, is ongo little Probox $72,000 can give you? Come on, Minister. See how you take few words and twist it. Why we can't take few and twist it? Are you call Probox little? And are you limit Probox to the cheaper version of poor people, Miss Williams? Not me. So don't come out here, come blame vlogger or people in the media, man. Blame your dunceness. Blame what you never learn at school. Blame what you do in the back of the class or come here. Or do something and never pay attention in a class, favor. Don't blame us for repeat what we hear from the minister.
Let's call it $2,000 a month. If you faithfully put away that $2,000 because it's something that you were not getting before, 3 years, you'll have a tidy sum that you could put down on a car, a little Probox that you have to drive to go to work, and you don't have to stand up in the sun or think about rain to get a vehicle to drive. So yeah,
$2,000 a month over 3 years, Minister. You think you can put on a car with that?
Yeah, a little Probox. You
a
get
little 20-year-old Probox.
Nice little car.
So will you also favor advance the argument that when we say you're dunce, because you still pluck up the nerve to come tell we say $2,000 a month over 3 years is $74,000. I used to say, you know, we don't have a way of talking this something them. And when we say, watch ya, then we spin it back around pan because remember Andrew and Desmond tell we say a liar, we lie and malicious when we caught them out stealing poor people's land under their indigent and social housing malarkey. Remember they come out here and come tell we say we lie with this, with deplorable and with mischievous. So if we talk, he said the minister can count and mischievous with mischievous, or a PNP will be to realize that the minister cannot do simple maths. The day after we find out that the minister have a poor reading quality next to a grade 5 student, you mean that is our fault? After she run around and tell the world, I'm an Ivy League graduate. Ivy League where? Ivy League of Hoofa Shop Pesa. Ivy League pan which common. Come off they learn the nonsense that you came to Parliament with, Minister Sweeney, Carleen Richards. You must either learn it, Minister, pan a shop paysa or pan one common, cause you know say pan shop paysa a whole heap of bulldockery bull. You go here, especially if rum I drink pan shop paysa. I'm not sure if you don't drink rum in a minister. I'm not sure if you don't smoke weed neither. Because you talk very slurry and blurry. Willie done. Very slurry and blurry, minister. So I don't know what your gripe possible could be when people repeat exactly what it is that you said, minister. One little pro box, $74,000, not 72, minister, as the correct mathematics is. But your voodoo mathematics, minister, gets $74,000, which you will have to add another month to cut up to your figure, minister of voodoo, mathematics, and economics. But as I said, I was going to tell you of Peter King's widow and killing her cat all the day on social media. He was beating Andre Stevens. He was beating Mark Golden. He was beating all the fish PNP vloggers. What is his real gripe, though? Mr. Golden's publication of his citizenship revocation and partner on PDTV. Hey, Vegas say, why over there saying have to go? This is big news. Why you never call one press conference? All the media turn up. Why you have to go over there so with buckle torch? And he gone. And he gone. And he gone. And he killing cat. And him carry on. I wonder if it will be Dr. Wendell Abel or Dr. Safia Langmore that will have to juke him up, tie him up, and put him in a what's it or other bag. Because him a go mad, you know. The day Mr. Golden wins the election, him a go mad. Because this youth goes around social media literally having a breakdown over Mr. Golden. Literally. You scroll through TikTok, you find him on some labor right platform on a day-to-day basis, having an utter meltdown over Mr. Golden. What he's achieving out of it, what he's achieving of attacking Mr. Golden race and heritage, I really don't know. But it's like if he doesn't do it, then it look like they don't light for him at all. He was on one tirade today. Why Mr. Golden go over there so? Why he never call a press conference and call the media? This is a big story. He go over the fish them with buckle tar. Oh, why them a go over the fish them? Why them a try to push the youth them to go over to the one heap of passa. But you're one of them. What we're going to have to tie with rope. Me not ask you. Me I tell you, say, we're going to have to tie polythene rope and we're going to have to plait it times 3. Come at people strong. You know, we bust rope. He's having a meltdown, Jamaica. I never know people could have given up their so-called career to hear what he said again. I don't know, my love mix up. One of the other, Mayhem, said to him, "Why, artist, hey!" With Sharon Bernard, what go on? John, good evening. Artist, we know you love your country, you know, but we don't want you go down in the mud with them. And he stopped them in their tracks. Him said, "The way how me love my country, y'all tell me, say, me not feel go down in the dirt with the PNP them." I've never seen. He was even there this evening attacking other entertainers who support the People's National Party, while he was there fanning the flame for a corrupt thief of a prime minister, Andrew Holness. He's having a meltdown, Jamaica. And when I say a meltdown, I mean he's having a real meltdown. One heap of passa. But the prime minister, as a TVJ, with some argument from the government relating to the Cuban health worker issue. Let's listen to them, because this is no decisive speaking, Andrew Holness, and it still is no leadership from Andrew Holness. Given it's tomorrow that Marco Rubio comes, and I don't hear of any protest that will be held at the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica tomorrow.
And welcome back to Primetime News.
Special welcome to folks on OneSpotMedia.com.
Up first this evening, as Caribbean leaders continue to respond to the threat by the United States to revoke their visas over alleged exploitation of Cuban medical missions, the government has indicated its intention to continue Jamaica's long-standing Cuban Medical Cooperation Program.
The government said in its review of the program, it has not found any evidence that it involves human trafficking. Details in this report.
Caribbean prime ministers have been vocal about their position on the alleged exploitation of Cuban medical missions. This was President of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonzalez, at a meeting in Portland recently.
Does anybody expect that I to go because I want to keep a visa, that I would let 60 persons from the poor and working people to die? It will never happen.
In his 4-hour-long speech on Thursday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness did not address the issue, which public commentator Jermaine Barrett believes is critical in this time.
We did not get a strong and a defiant position from the Prime Minister. I think the Prime Minister, of course, is a bit of a strategist, is a pragmatist, and he's trying to work this thing through.
Do you hear that, Prime Minister? Not a strong or defiant message from the Prime Minister. Round and round the garden like a teddy bear, Prime Minister. Tickle on the favorable arm, tickle under Dr. Tufton's arm, tickle under Marlon Morgan's arm. Standing behind them all, Andrew Holness. That is not what is really required in this issue. What is required of the Prime Minister is to speak like all other Caribbean leaders in a decisive way.
To Jamaica's benefit.
The government's position came on Thursday, but not from Prime Minister Holness. Instead, Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith.
Or structured process of review and engagement.
No, Andrew Holness. This is what we continue to object to. This Andrew Holness is what we continue to object to. Don't make a cuss bad word. Calm down. Calm yourself down. Kamina Johnson Smith, though be the foreign secretary for the country, is not an elected representative in our country, Prime Minister. Kamina Johnson Smith is an appointed senator, is an appointed cabinet minister, Prime Minister. She was not elected to speak on our behalf as a leader. She was appointed by you to represent us abroad, foreign in a foreign. We're talking about governance at home, Prime Minister. Governance at home. Kamina Johnson Smith, Prime Minister, cannot speak on that issue. She's not speaking abroad, Prime Minister. Kamina Johnson Smith, Prime Minister, represents us abroad, not in Jamaica. That's why she's the Minister of Foreign Affairs. She represents us in foreign. When it comes to leadership at home, Prime Minister, that falls to the Prime Minister, who is an elected representative in our country. That's who we expect to lead Andrew Holness. That is who we expect to lead, as Barbara said, not the round and round the mulberry bush. Where is your balls, Prime Minister? I don't know if it's in Marcos or Trump's hand. Don't know how firm they've got a grip on it, Prime Minister. But that's not leadership. And a foreign this. Kamina Johnson speak on our behalf when she's a foreign. This year, Jamaica Prime Minister, not because it's an international issue, meaning Kamina Johnson Smith must lead on it. Where across the Caribbean have you seen, Prime Minister, a Minister of Health or of Foreign Affairs address this issue? It is addressed, Opal's Kitchen. It is addressed by the leader, the Prime Minister. Only that this Prime Minister's balls is firmly gripped into Marco Rubio or Donald Trump's hand. So this Prime Minister cannot speak to us, the people who elected him. Us, the people who he will be coming back to in a matter of weeks to say, Jamaica, I deserve a third term. But we ask Prime Minister to do what? A third term, Prime Minister, to do what? Because we are desperate for leadership at the moment. Let me not distract you and let's finish listening to the video. But the whole Kamina Johnson Smith bullshit, Prime Minister. Kamina Johnson Smith is a Foreign Affairs Minister. She's a senator. She's not an elected representative in our country. So you shouldn't have Kamina Johnson Smith at home addressing an issue that the Prime Minister ought to address. I don't know what the government here goes still, but Me not follow on around the mulberry bush, because me easy to get dizzy in the government and they going round and round and round and round. Me will drop a dot as soon as me top move. Me I go drop, so me can't follow on.
Is progressing well, and we remain confident in the integrity of this program. We continue to engage diplomatically, including discussions which I held with the Cuban foreign minister, the current head of the U.S. embassy, with whom both Minister Tufton and I and our teams met. And of course, as between CARICOM foreign ministers, as you would be aware, we have had discussions. We've exchanged perspectives, and we are seeking to ensure the best understanding and outcomes of this matter.
In a statement, Senator Johnson Smith said a review of the program was initiated well before international scrutiny started.
The best understanding and outcome of that matter, Kamina Johnson Smith. The best outcome, hallelujah, and understanding, Kamina Johnson Smith, means the Jamaican government does not have a position on the matter. The Jamaican government is waiting and hoping that the US may give them a fair deal. I wonder if you understand when you speak to somebody out here will understand wording. The government does not have a clear-cut deal plan, Miss Johnson Smith, as how they will address the issue, either or either. Either or either. The government has not made their position clear how we will deal with the issue. Listen to the Minister of Brouhaha again.
As instead, Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson Smith.
Our structured process of review and engagement is progressing well, and we remain confident in the integrity of this program. We continue to engage diplomatically, including discussions which I held with the Cuban foreign minister, the current head of the U.S. embassy, with whom both Minister Tufton and I and our teams met. And of course, as between CARICOM foreign ministers, as you would be aware, we have had discussions. We've exchanged perspectives, and we are seeking to ensure the best understanding and outcomes of this matter.
In a statement, Senator Johnson Smith said a review of the program was initiated well before international scrutiny started. She insists improvements will be made to its administration.
Given that the MOU had expired last year, the government of Jamaica had already begun a review process even before any international concerns were raised. So while we have identified a few areas for alignment with our own overseas labor programs and how they are administered, we are confident that the Cuban program is a legitimate bilateral cooperation program, not an example of trafficking.
Jamaica's medical cooperation program with Cuba has been in place since 1976 and has operated under a memorandum of understanding upheld by successive administrations. More than 400 Cuban nurses and doctors are working on the island. Anthony Lug, TVJ News.
And just to note that,
nothing clear. Nothing. Favor with he may call you favor, but the whole lot are dunce anyway. So it doesn't even matter what we call on. We can just call on all on or anyone on. And anyone on can come with the foolishness. We can't just say all on or anyone on, because at this point, the way how no done, we can separate none on from tether. No, we can't separate. So we can call on anyone on or all on, and the whole on can just turn up. But the former ambassador, what's you might call it, is it Curtis Ward? And I'm alluding to that as well. That the reason given in you know, the statement that the U.S. State Department released yesterday evening, I think, where they said that Marco Rubio visit is to advance Donald Trump U.S. foreign policy. To advance President Trump U.S. foreign policy priorities in the Caribbean. So he's making Caribbean relationship a priority of his foreign policy. You know where that is going because you see his regular rant with China. You see them targeting the Cubans. You see them targeting Venezuela. And we see Andrew already under the same Trump jump out of the Venezuela oil deal. Trump now saying I go sanction anybody who buy oil from Venezuela. America with its big stick. The question is Marco Rubio coming to Jamaica with a stick or a carrot? While in Jamaica, Secretary Rubio also will hold bilateral engagement with head of state from Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and Haiti. Secretary Rubio engagement with or valued Caribbean partners will promote regional cooperation to end illegal immigration, counter transnational organized crime, strengthen regional action to address Haiti political and security challenges, and strengthening the United States economic partnership with Caribbean countries. Now, Curtis Ward is of the view that what is being stated on paper, the discussion will be a much broader aspect of it all. So this that they conjured up for us is a distraction by the United States and Andrew Holness, because the intention is to deceive us and keep us, why this thing on, to distract us and deceive us. I am having a thought, though. So basically, what the ambassador, what I'm gathering from the ambassador, we're not being told the truth about what the real discussion will be about. Prioritizing Trump foreign policy is a broad heap of scope. Economic partnership, Kathy, thank you, between America, the United States, and the Caribbean countries. What does America have to offer us in their dying days? That America has not offered us or has withheld from us over decades of relationship with the Americans. And now the Americans are getting into a hissy fit because the relationship with China and so forth is showing tangible improvement in the Jamaican economy, albeit that us, the people, are not happy with how some of these deals and agreements or the power access and all of that Chinese have been given in the business community in our country. But what we can say, we have seen tangible infrastructure development which we have not seen under the partnership with the Europeans and the Americans. You, America, when you had the opportunity to use science and technology and your industries to develop the world, you use it to drop bombs at us, America. Somebody else, America, wants to take a leading role in the world, Judith. Somebody wants to take a leading role in the world, America. The world will move forward. The world will still exist without America's madness. Because, of course, a lot of what Donald Trump is doing on the international scale is madness. He wants to strong arm everybody to be subservient to US foreign policy. I mean, if Cuba did not succumb to American foreign policy 7-8 decades ago when America was in their prime, why you think Cuba would look sideways at a dying hole in China? So much money, America. Come on now. Make that make sense, America. You are fighting a losing battle, Donald Trump. Everybody is going to get hit hard out of this, but America, Donald Trump, have nothing to gain out of this. In fact, if anybody ever come out on the worse side of this year, it will be the United Snail of America. Because you become snail now, you know. Can barely move 2 foot forward without your walk and chuss and barra. America living on the sharp pays, a run up our mouth. You knock the pocket, not even zilch inside it. So I believe the ambassador's argument, because the ambassador knows, the former ambassador rather, knows exactly, for real, good evening, how these diplomatic brouhaha work out. And given that our prime minister is a little rollover, our prime minister is a little rollover. So by all means, our prime minister are going to roll over for whatever Donald Trump want. Beside them visa, you know, so them are protect themselves from prison as well. Donald Trump, no, let me go upon this first, or this can lead me into this. Donald Trump is not a Biden where may give them the leeway and make the deal with them. Say, if you do X, Y, Z, me now go unseal the seal indictment, and you may have to be handcuffed and go next to Dodos in a bunk. So Andrew Holness will quick to sell us out to protect himself. The improvement we have with our relationship with China, Europe and America have denied us that upward mobility for decades. And now America wants to come and have a rant about China and Cuba, Venezuela and Russia. I mean, America, these countries are doing well only if you're watching what is happening on the international scale. Amanda, these countries are actually doing well. America, with her petulance, have been left behind. But then we know how the mad dog behave when it is cornered. But this is what I want to lead into finally tonight, is a US propaganda machine coming out of this meeting. What am I talking about? It was the same Jamaica Labour Party, the Gleaner was involved in it too, who run a lot of smear campaign and propaganda against Michael Manley in order to assist Eddie Seaga to win the election. Now, what if Andrew Holness put Jamaica's neck on the table for Donald Trump, and Marco Rubio and Donald Trump is going to promise him, we, the election riggers, will help you to rig and win the election if you carry out the promise you made to us. So if you see any propaganda start run about the place about Mr. Golden, then you should understand how the US propaganda machine works when in its anti-communism rant. America, you're fighting a losing battle. You are in your dying days, my dear. You will need the support of the world. You will need the support of the... Norman Ferguson, you think we have no leader strong enough at the moment to invite Abraham Toure or even sit down in a conversation with Toure? Our leaders are not that strong. Maybe Mia Motley or somebody else would have that conversation, but certainly not this team. No. Oh no. Oh no. And listen, Abraham Toure, which is expelling US and French army from Burkina Faso. Abraham Toure, who defy all of them and is having a relationship with China, Russia, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela. We don't have no leader with that backbone to stand up next to such a world giant. I mean, Andrew would look like a fucking dwarf if he stands next to Mr. Toure. Don't you think? The Prime Minister, character-wise, manhood-wise, would look like a dwarf standing next to Mr. Toure. So no, Jamaica don't have the leader to take that on at the moment. If we leader can't settle with it, to hell with the US and their visa, my people's health is more important. Do you think that leader would want to invite such a powerful man to speak to the people of Jamaica? Mr. Toure, who told Saudi Arabia, if the people of Gaza can pray, my people don't need 200 mosques to pray. Thank you for your offer of 200 mosques, but we would rather schools, hospital, and industries to provide employment. That's the strong leader that Mr. Toure is. Mr. Toure can say, you think the Americans can send them like a pussy-whipped friend to come friend me up and deceive me and get them mercenaries in here? Oh no, said Mr. Toure. No, these are my hyperbole. But he really refused Mohammed bin Salman advance of building 200 mosques in Burkina Faso. Because what they always want to enforce on us, it's their God, not education. They all have a vested interest in enforcing their God upon us. We don't know God for ourselves, you know. It have to be the white man God or the Arab man God. That was leadership. And to oldness would have done on his knee, long time and a bow and a beg. Because Andrew Holness is a scrubber. Andrew Michael Holness is a scrubber. And what scrubber does, they grapple for anything they can just about get their hands on. A scrubber of a prime minister. A weak old dude, a fetick of a prime minister. Jellyback. Loss of his manhood. Andrew Holness. You want a third term? To lead us under whose feet, Prime Minister? When you get the third term, wicked, thieving, lying, conniving, Andrew Holness, whose foot are you going to lead the people under? This is why you all are rubbishing Mark Golden's plan for education. Can't want to keep with dunce. Or they want to keep with half able to read like Fayeval. Or they want to fool like the Yang Yang. We say the sand in this area is a sandy type of sand. Only a national Yang Yang would say them something there. National Yang Yang. Juliet Cockburn Finn. Juliet Cockburn Finance, Currency and Morrison, you know. They're supposed to have green frack in a ebby color. No, sir. Them people love green frack. Anyway, my people, thank you all for being here this evening on Global TV. Thanks to everyone who come out to support us on our new TikTok channel, Global TV Advanced Potential. When the labor right, them just have where grow and a bloom. So in the next 3 days, today, in England now, today, Wednesday. Also? Yes. So when we do one more live on morning, and then the next live on Thursday, that will open us up rather to full access on this TikTok channel, where you will be seeing us in your For You page and will be easy to find. Hudson, good evening. No, the ones in the House of Representatives, Hudson, are elected by the people. The ones in the Senate are the appointed ones. The ones in the House of Representatives, they are all elected member of Parliament. Only those in Senate are appointed. So, for that matter, Kamina Johnson-Smith, who have not contested and won an election, shouldn't be speaking on behalf of the Jamaica people at home. She's a foreign minister who represents us abroad. She represents us abroad on international issue. However, the Cuban issue is a leadership issue, as it has been so right across the Caribbean. The issue is being addressed by the leader of the country, not by the foreign minister or the minister of health, for that matter, or JLP media spokesperson. As all these people have addressed the issue. The Prime Minister, though, is still standing behind them. Ladybug, Joe Jaya, Wagwan, long time no see. Standing behind so much people and is refusing to speak to the nation. Marco Rubio is coming tomorrow. I can almost be certain the Prime Minister will not want to tell us what Marco Rubio conversated with him about, what he agreed to with Marco Rubio. What will Jamaica benefit from his agreement with Marco Rubio? Have they planned to run an anti-communist campaign against Mark Golden and the PNP in order to keep Andrew there so Andrew can carry out their dirty? Thank you all very much for being here with us tonight. Kathy, thank you very much for your support as always. We continue to keep growing in the space on TikTok, on YouTube. So thank you all very much for your support. Join us right back here tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program. And yes, we are going to be on this TikTok channel for a while, building it and make the labor right them, sister. We have 3 channels to go live whenever we want. We could only do this because of labor rights. Thank you for being so awfully bad mind. Good night from Global TV.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.